These are the dominant 7th chords for the raised and lowered 9th, a sharp 11, flat 5, but with a 13th. So they're going to come from the diminished or octatonic scale, 1, 3, 4, 5 string set on F. We'll start with F7, F, A, E flat, and C. 4 dominants in the area, A flat 7, G flat, A flat, E flat, and C, B7, F sharp, A, E flat, or D sharp, and B, and then D7, F sharp, A, D, and C. So we have all 4 in that area. B7 to D, an easy move, just moving the D sharp over to the first string to C. So that's an easy sort of move. And then resolving to a D flat, because you have a B7 and an A flat. And then D7 to a B7, resolving nicely to an E minor. So either. So resolving to G, etc. So an easy move. No problem. Okay. The next are the minor 7ths in that area too. So if we just lower the 3rd, we have an A flat minor 7 as well. And then we have a D minor 7 and a B minor 7. And that's an easy move. This is an F minor to a D minor. And again, moves in minor thirds. Easy to cadence. That's an A flat minor 7, resolving to a G minor. So, D, G, A, and B flat up top. So, just shows that the minor 7 can resolve down to another minor 7. This is F minor to D minor to D flat minor. Also to major. So D minor to D flat major. No problem. So it shows that the minor 7 can resolve down in the diminished scale as well by semitone. Moving ahead, here's back to the F. If we raise the root, we have a diminished 7th, of course. And now, if we raise this C to D, we have a diminished major 7. This is an E flat diminished major 7. So E flat, G flat, A, and D. And it kind of looks like a dominant chord with a sharp 9. This looks like a B7, sharp 9. So this looks like a D7, resolving the G minor, etc. So that moves in minor thirds. Now going back to the diminished 7, we can raise the D sharp, and this is another movable form. This is F sharp A, F, and C. So it sounds and looks like a sharp 9. So it's also movable minor thirds. Looks like a B7, D sharp, F sharp, D, and A. And if you release the top voice, you have a 13th chord, so of sorts. It looks kind of like a 13th moving over. And this one works as well. F sharp C, D, and B. And moving the inside D sharp, D to D sharp, and then all of a sudden it becomes a B triad with a C. So that's very user friendly, and that has a good deal of potential to act as a dominant chord, especially moving back and forth. So you really get a lot of good inner voice motion moving with that. Resolving to a G there. So this is being like an A flat with a flat 9, and then moving over to a sort of E flat, D over E flat, and resolving to G minor, or resolving to G major, either one. This is a nice G major resolution too. So those are all useful. And even with this chord, going back to this one, if we voice exchange, we have a D triad. So F sharp, A, D sharp, and D. Voice exchange the D sharp and the D, and we have a D triad with a flat 9. Now if we move this up, it's a little easier to play. And we have, you know, these are nice. This is an A flat with a sharp 9 and a flat 9. An F, the same thing. Sharp 9, flat 9. And the F, in that case, resolving, could resolve to B flat, or it could resolve to B flat minor, D flat, either one. So it's kind of a, and then put the 7th back inside maybe. That's nice as well. Resolving to B flat minor. Okay. Many other forms. If we look at from the dominant 7 with both alterations, a chord like this, we said that this was a B7, you know, with a 9th. But if we raise that, we have a sharp 9. So if we move that to A, this is in F7 sharp 9. A, E flat, A flat, and F. Just move the melody note up. Also, back down to the 13th. This was the sharp 9 with the sharp 5. This would be the F13 with a sharp 9. You can hear that sounds nice. That works very well, resolving to an E. So this is an F7 with a sharp 9, and then a 13 and a sharp 9. And these, you can hear how they can collapse to this form. You can hear the inner voice motion. And then resolving to an E in that case. So that's the 13 with the sharp 9. Also, we have the F with the sharp 9 inside, all movable. And then, so this is an F7 sharp 9, resolving to a B flat. That's G sharp A, F, and E flat. We can move it to a D, and then resolve to a B flat very easily. Also, from this formation, we have a triad type sound with a flat 9 as well, and a sharp 9. So this is G sharp, A, F sharp, and D. So this is a tritone away. This is sort of like a D triad over an A flat in the bass. So and that resolves great to here. So in case it's an A flat, that can resolve to the D flat or the E minor, you know, the D flat minor, etc., the G minor, the B flat minor. So any of those resolutions, this resolves to D flat very nicely. Here too. That is F, and it looks like a B chord on top. F sharp, D sharp, and B on top of an F, resolving easily to E major like that. Very, very easy resolution. Easy to perform. Additionally, if we can keep the top voice instead of D, we can keep it E flat, and it just is like a dominant 7 with a sharp 9. So this kind of looks like G sharp, A, F sharp, and E flat. So that can also resolve to a B flat or a G, or it can resolve to a D flat minor or a D flat major, and it could resolve to an E as well. So all those resolutions are fine. They're within that diminished scale. Moving ahead, our sharp 9 chord, and this was A, F, G sharp, and E flat. So, and then resolving to the which is an F7 sharp 9. And what's nice about this one is it can collapse into the 13 with the sharp 9. That works really well. Also, other forms within this area, from the A flat 7, for instance, which is right near the F sharp 7 sharp 9. This one, if we move this past the 13th, and then the 13th with the flat 9, we get a 7 flat 9 here, A flat, C, A, and F sharp, which works well as a resolution to a G. So we're kind of stopping on an F7 sharp 9 going to a G, or an F7 flat 9 rather. So that's very movable, but also a dominant 7 with a flat 5 too. That works great with some inner voice motion. We can move the inner voice motion from sharp 9 to flat 9. So A flat, A, F, A flat, E flat. A flat can go to G flat. Easy move there. Also with this A flat 7, the top voice can go to an F, giving you a 13 with a flat 9. So again, this is sort of an F chord over an A flat, C, A, and F, and resolving to a B flat minor in that case, or this F might go into a D and then resolving to a G is fine as well. So you have a D13 with a flat 9, like a B over D. So really good moves. Also, we'll start on D. A, D, G sharp, or A flat and E flat. So this is like a tritone on top of the D. Like A and D are D major, and then A flat and E flat are A flat major. And they sort of move as well in minor thirds. And just using the diminished scale, we're ending on a B over an F. And then we have a B triad here, or a B sound, B7 sound, which is B, F sharp, C, and A. Move the top voice to G sharp, and then the middle voice to F, and then B, F, C, and F sharp. So you have a 13 flat 9 and then a tritone sound, and then that resolves to an E like that. Really nice. It's like a G, E, and then E major resolution there. Also on the minor sevenths, we should mention sort of instead of a B minor 7, we'll start here related to F, like a B dominant, and then a B minor 7, B, D, A, and F sharp. I'm going to voice exchange A and B. So we have A, D, B, and F sharp. And that can move in minor thirds. So that's a nice... nice resolution to that, and it gives the minor thirds movement. Also, going back to this kind of a sound, that's very nice. So this B, we can move this B, we have an F over a B here, so it's B, F, C, and A. Move the middle voice to F sharp, move it up a minor third, A to A flat, etc. So F, resolve. Since we end off on a D over A flat, we can kind of resolve the thing to a D flat or a D flat minor. Either one does not matter. So those work well. In terms of this chord going back, this sort of F with a flat 9, C, F sharp, A, and F. We can move the top voice, so this can move by minor thirds each time, and we have the diminished scale quoted. Now we can take that and we can plane the inner voices and we can imitate. So here we have F to E flat, and now if we play C, F, G flat, and E flat, and we can move F to E flat to sort of imitate, and that'll provide us with a little imitation inside. And of course, the going back to the A, D, G sharp, and F, that can be moved in minor thirds. So all of them have minor third movement available with them. Also, some novel forms, these sorts of things. So this is an F sharp, a D, an A flat, and F, sort of a D major with a sharp 9 and a flat 5, and collapse it to an A flat 7, sharp 11, A flat C, F, and D, and then add the inner voice. And then resolving, this is kind of like an F7 resolving to an E or an E minor. So that gives you a basic glimpse into the diminished scale dominant chords on 1, 3, 4, 5 string family. On F, that's a sharp 9, a flat 9, a flat 5, and a sharp 11 with a normal or natural 13.